Welcome to Chicago. The night is falling again over the windy city, and the Odd Job gang finds themselves in a whole world of darkness, as it were, but also maybe trouble. They're a bit spread out as night falls this time, let's just say. This show is rated R because it's Vampire the Masquerade, you fools! And people will do horrible things to each other and themselves because they need to protect their touchstones, or the coterie, or themselves from various horrible vampires of all kinds. What have we had so far? We've had casual murder, not so casual murder, frenzying,
Drugs, so many drugs.
so many drugs, yes. And some maybe some hanky panky.
Also, my character got his ass beat.
Yep, mauling, yep. I'm your friendly handler, Mikael Hellstrom, and this is Mix Machine. And to keep up with the edicts from the prince, you need to follow the channel. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, ring the bell icon, and any messages for the prince goes through the chat and the comments section. We know this. Who do we have with us around the table this time?
Hello, I'm Dominic, any pronouns. I'm playing Sylvester, the Malkavian rockstar, and I'm bringing along some rock and roll. And hopefully acquiring a nightclub? Question mark? So weird. We'll see.
I just realized that we didn't say it's rated R for rock and roll.
Yes, I was so
Ah,
sorry. It is
oh my
rated R for
God.
rock and roll.
Damn,
The
I
game
guess
will
we
be
have
cursed now.
10 series right here, right now.
This
Anyway,
is-
I am El Duende in the now final episode of Vampire. Pronouns any all. I am playing as Tony Hernandez, the Bruja gangster, currently in a boiler room in a fucking, what was it?
Just a warehouse somewhere.
in the warehouse
Yeah,
in the
random
wastelands.
shithole after getting my ass beat senseless.
Why final?
We didn't say rock and roll.
Oh, that is the doom. Gehenna is upon us. Yeah, or
Yeah,
Gehenna.
Hello?
It's over forever, dudes.
Yep, as it is. Hello, I am Ender, he, him, playing Kate Peretti, she, her, apprentice to the Third Circle of Clan Tremere, and cult leader.
I'm Roger. I'm playing Goldtooth Charlie, the caitiff gangster and seeker for Golconda because he has had it with this vampire shit.
This is probably the soundest attitude.
It's still crazy, but it's crazy in a good direction, morally.
Yes, I agree.
It's like, my god, this guy wants to change species.
Oh dear. So it is nightfall in Chicago, which means a lot of things, I guess. Some of you all of you actually, because I'm not evil enough to just kill you off screen. That wouldn't be epic, would it? Like, we need a satisfying conclusion to these dramas, not something like, okay, sorry, there was a scrapyard dude who was walking around out in the wastelands, and he lifted this one lid, and now Tony just burned.
Well, I guess I'll have to make a new character.
No, but you do have to roll a rouse check, please, everyone, as your cold undead bodies are slowly reanimated from...
Okay, Kane loves me. I don't know why. It's just I roll amazing with rousing blood.
Don't say that.
Clearly Kane loves you.
Yeah, Kane is just absolutely enthralled with me.
Unlike apparently half. That is actually statistically completely plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do we start with this night? We have
So many good options.
Yeah, so many good options. Unfortunately, our friend Jan is not joining us this session or the next because Darth Real Life has pulled him into the sun. We'll see when Ivy returns. But for now, Tooth Charlie and Kate Peretti and Sylvester wakes up in their haven, the brownstone in Pilsen, Chicago, Latin King's territory. And yeah, what is the first thing that comes to mind as Goldtooth Charlie regains consciousness after his daily torpor?
Well, because Goldtooth Charlie is now at hunger 4.
God.
Dear.
Yeah,
Starving.
I guess like when he gets so if like everybody else is just hanging around in the haven as he gets up, he'll just lean round the door, be like, the book might be real. If it is, it's really important. We need to either get it or at least get a copy of what's in it. See you later, bye. And he's going to feed.
He's just out the door. We can roll a really quick here, just for funsies. It's gonna be... He's actually not the first one up. That is gonna be Kate. And...
Oh yeah,
then-
if Kate's up first, she's gonna start making a beeline to Tony, wherever he's sleeping.
Tony.
You don't know where I'm sleeping.
Oh wait, no, not Tony. Roger.
Roger,
Charlie.
okay. Yeah.
Sorry. It's my fault. I assumed you fucked up, Tony, because that's normally what happens. I forgot this was Charlie's fault.
That's fair, honestly.
So, yeah, Kate will get herself to Charlie's room because he was the one who messed up this time. It's only a matter of minutes between who wakes up when here, but apparently it makes a little bit of a difference in this case because Charlie has an idea to leave. So when Charlie actually does stir, slowly regaining consciousness, Kate is already standing by the door.
What happened?
And Charlie just barely sort of slows down and just says, I saw so much crap last night, and then I came home and they were watching too, and I just couldn't tolerate it anymore. I haven't been this hungry since the night I was made. I need to go now.
Just do it quietly. She gets out of the way. Not gonna stand between a vampire and food.
What? Standing between a vampire and his food is great, or so I hear.
Well, she's still got like a slightly busted jaw from the fight.
Yeah.
Fight's a strong word, where she got pummeled in public.
It's gonna be some kind of a scar from, like a burn mark from the ring.
The silver, yeah.
So it's there, and it doesn't look nice. She would have healed that over the day, wouldn't she, though? Because
I healed. It was 2 points of
Oh,
aggravated.
okay,
I healed
gotcha.
one last
Okay,
session.
fair
So I
enough.
guess I can try to heal one now.
Because you
rouse
can
check.
heal aggravated heals
Or is it the
over
end of?
daytime, specifically, I believe, if I recall correctly.
I just remember reading somewhere that it was like you can only heal aggravated 1 point with
Yeah,
a rouse check
yeah, you
a
can.
day or a session.
It's a night, I think? Or is that an older edition?
I don't think it mentions days much in the rules.
It used to
in
be.
regards to healing?
Fire specific as always.
Yes. Okay, what was that? Healing
Swear
aggravated
to God, this
damage.
whole system was written by a fucking
Maximum
Malkavian.
happens over the course of the night. No, that's for humans. Vampires can normally mend 1 level of aggravated damage each night by rousing the blood. Yeah,
Yeah.
You
So
don't have
I
to
did
wait.
one last night. I'll try one now.
very well. It's gonna be like come into effect next night.
Oh, okay. There's no point in me rolling it now then. That'll just make me hungry now.
You do have to rouse the blood to do it.
Oh yeah,
so.
no. Yeah. Either way.
Anyway, Sylvester is gonna feel unlife returning to him and consciousness with it as he hears the door slam somewhere in the house.
Yeah, he gets up and does all of the typical spend like 30 minutes in the bathroom getting it ready. You know how it is, Rockstar. Before he finally enters into the common room of the haven, so to speak.
The moment he opens the door from his own quarters, Leo will be there and ask him, like, he's just literally standing by the door and just stares down on the floor and then up at you and then on the floor and, hi, Sil, how are you doing? What do we do now? He doesn't look very happy.
Yeah, that is the question.
Ain't it, though?
Yeah. So yeah, is the guy still in the basement?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I put a bucket down there and, like, a burrito.
Yeah.
And a few bottles of, like, water. I did that. I crashed at about 9 or so after doing the things outside. I've kept the blinders down all day. There were some cops here in the morning. Not by our door, but just in the neighborhood. I saw the car outside, like the cop car, and they walked around and they did the things. There's some yellow taped out stuff they do, but they knocked on the door, but I didn't answer. That was it, basically, and then I crashed. Sorry if I fell asleep, but I was really tired.
Oh no,
so.
you're only human. No
Oh
pun
my
intended,
god.
but,
Leo's looking at you with... There's some kind of... That hurt him?
It's
Take
so
2
Leo.
aggravated damage immediately. Willpower.
It's a turn of phrase, okay? Sorry. I'll go check on the guy. To be honest, don't know what to do about it. I'll check on them. I'll check.
Sounds good, he says.
You go relax on the
definitely
couch,
a bit
okay?
frazzled. What was that?
He says, you go relax on the couch, okay? And he pats Leopold on the shoulder.
So he's gonna do just that. He's just gonna go. He's sitting down on the couch, and then the foot starts tapping a bit, and then he's relaxing a little bit at least, because Sylvester is awake, and that means everything is gonna be awesome. It's just gonna be awesome.
Of course, nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong when Sylvester is awake. We know this. Yeah, out in the wastelands, Tony in the Barrens is waking. Roll a rouse check, sir.
I already did, and I succeeded.
Oh, you did. Yeah, it's nighttime, and at least you've regained your willpower.
Yeah. So what do I do about the superficial damage? How do I heal that?
Superficial damage? A rouse check, which will heal... What is it again? 1 point of superficial damage.
Arouse.
Fuck
But
me.
you can
Per
do a
rouse
bunch if you
check,
wanted
yes.
And Tony does say that out loud. Fuck me.
Yeah, everything hurts.
I guess it's time to make the walk back to Chicago.
Yeah,
Maybe find a phone.
that makes sense. So we're not gonna arouse the blood to mend 1 superficial damage of... Because right now you're at -2 on all your physical activities.
Fuck me.
And now you're no longer that. You're just...
Shit. God
Yeah,
damn it.
it is not an intuitive interaction with a health track, is it?
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, but you are healing yourself. You're just reaching into your inner reserves, the powers of the blood, and that makes you hungry yet again. So now you have to walk back to Chicago, and you're very hungry. How long would it even take to walk to Chicago from where you are right now? Are we gonna go?
I guess the main thing. Hopefully, I find a phone before I have to walk the entire way up to Chicago.
Hopefully, yes.
I mean, I
Otherwise,
assume
this-
phone booths are still a thing.
Phone booths are
yeah,
definitely
exactly.
a thing.
Phone booth, yeah. It's just with how shitty this area is, I'm not even sure there'll be a phone booth close enough for it to really matter.
Oh, okay. Let's see. If you're going down to, first of all, you're gonna need to navigate a little bit, but you've been in these
Using your
areas before.
streetwise to look for a phone booth.
Yep, the immortal vampire is looking for a phone booth. I can tell you that you're never going to be terribly far away from some kind of residential area. And as such, it's not going to be too far away for you to reach, I guess, a strip mall? Let's give it an hour or so for you to walk to get to a strip mall. Something like that. You might run into feeding opportunities, but that's going to be a very lucky shot indeed. Out here.
What
What was
We
that?
flip a coin. If it's a 1, it's a strip mall. If it's 2, it's a strip club.
That's
either way, if they have a phone, I don't care.
it's going to be a while at least. So that's
Aw, strip mall. All right. That's one.
Yeah, hunting around here is going to be exceedingly difficult because almost nobody is here. So the first thing you're going to see, when you come out of your hidey hole and start walking a little bit, I suppose you can see in some direction. I mean, around you, you can see the city lights, the skylights, the skyline.
It's Chicago. It's not really
it's
hard to
Chicago.
see if you're like.
No, and the highways with the cars going back and forth. So eventually you're going to get yourself to a residential neighborhood somewhere, definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to like know which direction you're supposed to go.
Yep. This is not the
The
Grand
wilderness.
Canyon. Everything here is urban. That's for sure. Then, back in the Haven.
And even if it was hard, I have free streetwise. I feel like I can get through.
I feel like you are right. Back in the Haven, our friend Charlie is going out to feed, unless Sylvester stops him, but I don't know. You heard him walking out, so you don't stop him. Let's call it a difficulty of 3 in this particular neighborhood, Charlie. Actually, as you're coming out, one of the kids, they're experienced gangers, who keep watch over your haven during the day, will go up to you, Charlie, because you're the first one out, and go, "Hey, what's up? What's up, man?"
And then Charlie he's in a bad state. He looks like somebody who really needs drugs. Basically, just if you looked at him, that's what you think he's twitching.
Oh, a tweaker. Got it.
Yeah, I got word. Someone wants to see you guys tonight. You know who? Sinbad. Yeah, he's coming tonight. 9 probably. Don't know exactly when, because he decides when he wants to show up. Thought you wanted to know.
So Charlie was Charlie would just be almost like, won't even slow down again. We'll just say, just like tell the others I may not be back in time.
Yeah, sure. Just wanted you to let you know, man. Yeah, he's not gonna keep you. All right, Charlie, how are we hunting tonight? Same way as always, he said.
Via Herbie fully loaded.
Yeah, I guess the F4 hunger. Like, would Chance still have enough self-awareness left at this point to know, like, how much danger he is in of killing somebody?
Absolutely.
Or would he just be so I'm thinking about if he would still have self-control to do it. I think he would go to one of his, like, his favorite feeding spots is of, like, people he hates the most. So if he does lose control, the damage is minimized.
So, people he hates the most. Isn't that KKK and stuff? Alright, so you basically want to go to a place where, I don't know, the Aryan Nation or skinheads or what have you, because there's definitely a bunch of those in Chicago, hang out and eat one of them, as it were. That's a very specific request, of course, but that's fine with me.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's gonna try and not to kill, but knowing this is a possibility, he's taking steps.
For sure. Why don't you... You've already charted these places, haven't you? Oh my god, are you gonna get Are we gonna see a project where you get, like, herd levels over, like, white power people? White supremacist herd? That you just eat from every once in a while because you know where they are and you jump them?
You basically set up a network of where they'll probably set up.
Here are all the spots I need to be to jump a white supremacist, and then you do that. I don't know.
That's pretty funny.
That's a new way of being a serial killer or such. Since the request here is so specific, at least it's like Ventru stuff in terms of specificity, isn't it? I'm gonna go with, let's see. We want to hunt from a very specific type of... Normally, it would, because these guys are not necessarily... There are white supremacists in all social strata, let's just say. But hunting rich white supremacists is much harder than hunting some poor skinhead who lives in...
A fuckhole.
Yes, one of those.
Yeah, and so if Charlie has also perused the both blackmail files, if any of them reveal somebody who is both like an investment banker and a fascist, that will be a tempting way to go.
Yeah, but it's particular because they have so much security around them. Door people and other folks who work for them, potentially even bodyguards. So wealthy neighborhoods is always a difficulty of 6. It's much easier to hunt from the poor. So I'm going to set it to a difficulty of 3, given if we're going after a working class skinhead.
And if any racist cops stop me on the way, I'll settle for that.
If you're
Okay,
lucky.
so what am I rolling for this?
We're doing a hunting check, aren't we? You are gonna jump someone, which is gonna be brawl, and you want to... How about an unusual dice combination? How about wits and brawl, because you have such a specificity of the type of...
Man. Charlie 2016 onwards is going to have such an easy time feeding.
Which means, yes, he will. Which means that you can take half and succeed. So, yeah, the difficulty here will be whether you kill someone or not. So, I guess, how about roll to resist frenzy? Because you are hungry. Very hungry. Difficulty is a 3. Now that you're tasting the sweet blood. The sweet blood of the racist.
Difficulty 3. Oh.
Fuck. Good thing that you have the whole death is on the table for unreasonable people. Also, you should push that.
Can I do anything about that?
You can willpower reroll, absolutely.
It makes sense that you can willpower reroll a frenzy.
Yeah.
I will do that. Oh, but I don't... Oh, right, yeah, I see that. It's that one.
Oh,
that's
so close.
At least you only, with your set, could maybe convince Mikkel to only give you 2 stains.
I guess so. It's the definition of unreasonable people. White supremacists are generally unreasonable, but on the other hand, this person hasn't done anything against... You don't know what this person has done, if anything. There's no action that this person took, aside from being at the wrong place at the wrong time. and wearing all the accoutrements of a hatred-spawned person. Who knows? He might have been turned around from hatred in 10 years, joined an exit organization, and started politicizing to get people out of hate. He could have become a community champion if you hadn't killed him off like this. We will never know.
Or he could be an undercover FBI agent.
In this case, you've done a favor then.
So, since we never got to know this person, we don't know if there was hope for him or not. Let's go with that. So, yeah, 3 stains, Charlie. You have killed yet again. On the other hand, you're feeling so wonderfully full after this drink, aren't you? You're standing, you don't exactly know, you know in that neighborhood. The body of the skinhead is lying next to you. What might the surroundings look like? You decided this ambush. You decided where to set this up. I'm imagining chain link fences, an alleyway somewhere, potentially behind a bar or such like. Maybe this guy came out of there because he wanted to just relieve himself. And
very much romper stomper vibes.
Right. So, a dirty alley, a garbage container, a bunch of bags of garbage from, because it's the backside of maybe not just one pub.
Okay, you don't have to do anything to hide the body. It's just one more piece of filth.
Although a piece of filth that has been completely exsanguinated may lead to questions.
May lead to questions, indeed, yeah.
Although actually, maybe just like the quick solution, just chuck it in a dumpster and set the dumpster on fire.
That's even worse.
It does cover up some of the crimes. Let's see how lucky you were this time. I'm gonna roll a die. If I roll high, you are lucky. Otherwise, you are not so lucky. Though you did succeed with a hunting check, I guess. So I guess you did check to make sure there were no witnesses around. But then you failed with a frenzy, so witnesses might have arrived during the act. I rolled a 7. Apparently, the only potential witness, seems to be a homeless person who is lying under a bunch of garbage bags and snoring very loudly. So you doubt he saw or heard anything.
I guess I could take we do have a sort of standardized body disposal method now, don't we?
Do we? I don't know. Gee, you guys on the body count is pretty high.
Man, we're such wonderful people, aren't we, Mikkel?
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Kate's not lied to herself.
As Charlie is thinking about what to do with the body, what is Kate and Sylvester doing in the Haven?
Bro is never achieving Golconda.
He's trying really hard.
Sylvester wants to check upon the guy we presumably still have in our basement.
Yeah, there is a guy in the basement. Kate is, of course, awake.
Kate will follow. She's, hey, Sylvester. You seem to be... You're fine, right? You don't have big problems that you're hiding that are gonna bite us in the ass, right?
No, he just chuckles and smiles. Oh, no, I'm just peachy.
Great. That's one of us, then.
One of us.
In that case, let's just find out what the fuck we need to do with this guy.
Yes, one of us.
After you. And she does a semi-bow. Just says, after you.
Yes.
Have fun.
Before we go down there, how bad of a situation is this?
You asking Kate? Yeah, at the moment, probably not too bad. The cops didn't knock on the door, as far as I'm aware. It's probably for the best. Use of the car, Charlie mangling a guy with a car 2 streets away. That's not great. There's a lot of attention we're drawing here. So, if this person needs to be dealt with, we've got to dump them somewhere far from here, at the very least.
I see.
Although we should see if they're reporting to someone. Usually they are.
So that's why you were keeping him down there, rather than just letting him scamper off like a scared little...
He was a spy or a scout, and we didn't have time to track him.
Okay, I see how it is. Well then, he opens the basement door and shimmies down. These lanky little legs.
Yeah, down in the basement, you will find the young fellow who... How old can this guy be? Don't know, something between 17 and 25, something like that. Gang member type of face. Basically. And he's sitting there in... I think you can smell things from the bucket. He's used it sometime during the day, definitely. And
I don't know why Charlie gave him a burrito.
Yeah, and the wrapper of the burrito is just... The wrapper is left, so he must have eaten the burrito. The water has been drunk, and he's... The moment you come in... You tied him up somehow. I'm not sure exactly how you tied him up. This is provided, of course, that he had his hands at some kind of disposal.
He was handcuffed.
He was handcuffed. Okay, so he's just...
But this police issue handcuffs?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I collected them during the initial arc.
Yeah. He's gonna just crawl into the corner, and luckily Charlie is not with you guys. So he's just looking up. I don't know if... Yeah, he would have recognized you from last night. He's looking at you guys, just sitting in the corner, just dragging himself into the corner and being like... I don't know anything, I swear! I don't know anything, I swear, man! Just let me go, man! I never saw anything, I don't know anything! What do you want, man? What do you want? Anything, man! Anything, whatever you want, man!
Start with shutting up.
I'll shut up, man. I'll shut up.
Okay.
What?
Give us your wallet.
Sure. He gives you his wallet.
Who is this knucklehead?
There's gonna be a driver's license in there for...
He's gonna have some form of ID. This guy
exactly.
doesn't seem smart or experienced enough to have a fake ID.
Nope. Yeah, he's... You have to make up a name on the fly, you evil man.
Yeah, it's not like he's been in this house for theoretically a week.
Okay, his name is... No, it's not a theoretically a week, it's a day.
IRL.
Yes, okay. Ramon Calderon, age 22.
Oh no, that name.
Yeah.
That's certainly a name.
It is a name.
Fucking Star Wars name looking ass motherfucker.
What do you want, guys?
I think Sylvester is gonna put on a friendly little face, actually with awe as well.
Ooh.
And say, "Oh, we were just so curious why you were parked outside, just having a little look at their place."
Someone paid us to. Just that's all. Just someone paid us to, man.
Oh, I see. If you could just tell us, we can just be really nice and let you go and...
Yeah, anything, man. Anything.
Why, excellent. Who paid you?
I don't know their names, man. Two guys. That's all I know. One is, like old dudes. I don't know, maybe 40 or something. Really old, man. I guess they're like cops, because they're dressed in suits. Maybe FBI detectives or something. But they didn't tell us. They didn't show us no bags or nothing, man.
Yeah, Kate's gonna
Didn't
perk up
suit,
at that.
One of them had a bit of a, like an accent. I don't know where he's from, man.
That seems strange.
Maybe he's
Raymond.
Mexican or something.
No, you're a well-respected gangster in the territory. Why were you taking orders from a bunch of suits?
They paid us well, man.
Oh. Is that it?
Yeah, they just paid us well to watch, I guess, you guys, and call the number and say what happened when we called the number, and just tell the report. That's what they said.
Kate's gonna look at Sylvester. Keep
Well,
going. You're doing well.
Yeah.
that's very excellent. A couple more things. And if you're very nice and answer honestly, we won't touch a little hair on your head. I would like to know the number and also where you originally met them.
Sure. Yeah, he's definitely gonna give you the number 555, as they did in the 90s movies.
Yeah, Sylvester will note it down.
And he's also gonna give you the address where he met these two suits. One is, I don't know, white dude, short black hair, and the other, I guess, is a bit more of a Mexican, maybe. Big dude, though. Built. He works out, right? I think. At least he's tall. Yeah.
Where in the city did you say you met them?
It's just like a little place. It's called like the Little Village, where it's like a little... It's basically a pizza place, man. He says. Yeah, it's called Little Rome, and that's where we got the job, as it were. That's how it was. Can I go now?
Sylvester kind of just looks at Kate.
Maybe we'll think about it. You've been very helpful. And then she's gonna step outside of the room.
Man, I told you everything I know, man. You gotta let me go now. You can hear him shout down there.
Oh, we just gotta make sure it's safe for you to go back outside first. This isn't a great neighborhood. You know what territory you are in, right?
Yeah. Latin Kings, man.
Exactly.
I didn't know, man. Shit, man.
I'm assuming our haven is quite well soundproofed, especially in the basement.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think Sylvester is gonna move back on up off the basement, lock the door, and chat to Kate.
That was impressive. I guess that's why you're so beloved on stage, aside from your clear talent. I don't like anything he just said. I don't believe he was lying, but that makes it worse.
Yes.
Gangsters don't normally deal with people in suits. At least, I've never seen Tony wear anything like that. I think he's allergic. And from what I've known of Charlie's history, it's not really many suit-wearing deals were
You
made.
say that, but in a rare case, there is, I guess, some people.
I'm worried because there's very few ways for us to handle this right now that are going to be relatively safe. Obviously, we're gonna have to kill him. But that was gonna happen anyway. If we go to the place that he said he did the meetup, whoever gave him this job, probably watching that place, probably expects us to go there. probably a trap. If we don't go and he doesn't report in, they know something happened to him. That tells them something regardless. I don't do this cloak and dagger shit. That's not what I deal with normally. Do you have any idea of a better solution to this? That doesn't involve us walking into a trap or getting photographed or breaking the masquerade again.
Did Charlie break the masquerade?
From what is described, he teleported into these idiots' car.
Yeah, okay. Shit.
Also, even if it's not breaking the masquerade, killing 2 people 5 minutes from our house is not great.
Oh no, actually, Charlie never admitted to using powers.
Yeah,
Anybody?
No, that's fair. You never admitted, but I'm guessing they freaked out. No, that's fair. Like, it's fine. I'll backtrack a bit because, okay, I do trust Charlie. Maybe he didn't break the masquerade, but there's also the whole thing of we've got 2 dead gangsters within 50 meters of our front door.
and
He went out hunting. I don't know when he's going to be back.
Oh, this is fun.
yeah, that doesn't help. Listen, I get it, it's a liability, but I may look
What?
all edgy and stuff and sing about death, but I don't like killing with people. Weirdly enough.
I don't like killing people either, but it's the whole thing of, okay, if we don't kill him, I can't do anything to this idiot that I trust would hold, aside from killing him.
By the time Goldtooth let us know, it would have been too late for me to erase any shit anyways.
Yeah, he's been sitting in our basement. He knows where we live. I know you have some talent. I have some talent with that. I can't erase 48 hours.
As it turns out, Ivy can.
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
That's fair. That's fair.
We don't know any of Ivy's powers.
Because he hasn't told you yet. So what you
And
need.
we haven't seen any either.
So what you need is a Ventrue or a Tremere with that level of power, if you want to be in debt to them.
Was Ivy, like, canonically here? Was Jan here to see this happen? Was he
Nope.
at the haven
No,
when it
he
happened?
left.
missed it. He wasn't. He left before the whole thing because he wanted to go to his haven and sleep. So
Yeah, and talk to his daughter.
yeah, he left just as he missed it by 10 minutes. Or so.
Fan.
He missed it just by that much.
Also,
Yeah, man, things went so wrong so quickly here, didn't they?
Just a little bit.
Kate's just gonna say, sorry, I don't mean to suggest killing is easy. And I don't put it on the table lightly. That's just something that happens. And look, we can wait for Charlie. This guy's not going anywhere. At the moment. If you'd rather leave the decision up to him, that's fine. I'm happy to let that sit. This guy's not going anywhere. But
yeah, I need to tank on this shit.
that doesn't make it easier.
Storyteller,
Yep.
I know any criminals in quote-unquote suits who deal with that kind of stuff, like
Well, you know,
organized crime.
hopefully you hesitate long enough for me to come back.
But I'm asking because I do have several dots in Streetwise.
You do,
And
you
me,
have context.
the
to it.
player knows at least one gangster in a suit. I'm asking if Sylvester knows anyone that fits the
Gangsters in
description.
suits is not uncommon at all with your streetwise. Absolutely. It all depends on what level they are at in the organization and what type of organization they're with.
I'm asking if I perhaps know anyone who would fit this description.
Oh, that's much harder.
Yeah, probably.
So, like a gringo and a Mexican, that's his description. Which
That may or may not be into organized crime.
that may or may not be into organized crime. I'm also gonna allow you to do, because I'm nice that way. Man, I'm nice, aren't I? Let's see now. Intelligence investigation. We have 5 dots for at least Kate, and not so much for Björnsson. If you want to draw some conclusions from what this guy has said.
Yeah. I don't know much about Streetwise, though. That's very much Dominic's department. And
Yeah,
the
no,
others.
this is more about just analyzing how this guy speaks and, you know, what he said, what he didn't say, things like that. Like, oh, maybe that's not... maybe not investigation, maybe it's insight, rather, which doesn't really
I'm
matter.
better at
for Kate.
insight. I got 3 dots in insight.
You like insight more, right? How about intelligence insight, then? Difficulty levels... Challenging, why not 4? Because you've never met this guy before. He's scared. It's a very unusual circumstance. You have no idea how much, you know, how much you can trust the guy. Is he lying? And so on and so forth. Whoa.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So intelligence
Terrible.
and insight.
Yes.
Cool. Let's
Even if you
search.
push it, you'd
Why
still
not?
fail unless you got a critical.
Yeah.
I didn't think there. Intelligence, insight. Yes.
Ooh, very
Wow.
nice.
Sylvester
Correct.
Björnsson is on the case. Have you ever thought about a career in the police? Maybe as a detective?
I think Kate
Detective
would hate that,
Björnsson.
actually.
Ah.
I think the police would hate me, actually.
That might
My
be so.
presence.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people.
Kate is happy for whatever careers people want to employ, as long as they're not priests.
In this case, Björnsson, you know you're streetwise, as we say, your 3 dots and all that. This kid is probably not terribly well educated, scared out of his mind. He saw Masquerade breaches last night, so he is literally living in a horror movie right now. He
Yeah.
has probably no idea
seems-
what to do about it, because the things he saw are not supposed to happen. And his best, I don't know if his best friend, but one of his friends got basically turned into pulp against a building wall. So he's like seriously traumatized.
Yeah, he is personally in his own slasher movie right now.
Yes, very much. Where you guys are the slashers, isn't it nice? So that's just his mindset. So he's scared out of his mind. You don't think he lied about anything. You think he's just telling you the straight, everything he knows. He's just spilling the beans right now. And he's going to probably keep spilling the beans because he's freaked out. Mexican and Anglo or Gringo doesn't really say much. Okay, so one of the guys they spoke to was an American. That seems
Yeah.
clear.
That seems to be...
The other guy,
Yes, I'm
the Mexican, could be anything, because this is probably not a kid who can judge a person's origin by accents.
Yeah, I
okay,
figured.
Mexican means he's probably not African or Asian, but aside from that, you have all of Latin America and all of at least Southern Europe. Could be Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece, what have you. The kid wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But apparently not somebody who is a native English speaker. Like, English probably not his first language. So,
The accent would stick out, pretty
yeah,
much.
exactly. So these are the pieces. So a foreigner and an American in suits. Yeah.
I'm gonna try some fuckery here.
Yeah.
Just because both me and Sylvester has an uneasy vibe. I'm gonna activate the premonition.
Ooh.
That's fun.
A premonition.
Yes.
Is this going to be one of these self-fulfilling things where you, because you activate this premonition, let's see now. These are flashes of insight. Can nudge the vampire out of harm's way or reveal a truth previously overlooked.
It costs 1 rouse check, and
Yep.
then it's resolve plus aspects.
Yes, this is an interesting use of the discipline, isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's a very interesting
having-
discipline generally.
It is, but that's what we need sometimes, isn't it? The insight of those who can see beyond the regular sight.
Nice.
Doing the Malkavian thing of being like, ooh.
Yeah.
So that is.
In this case, since Kate is right there, does it look like your eyes roll into the back of the head, or are you just having an eyes open vision?
I don't think it necessarily looks much. I think probably just looks like he just straight up dissociates for a moment.
Bugging
That's
out.
fine. Yeah, that makes sense. You're somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
somewhere
makes
else.
sense considering you're talking about killing this dude.
Oh. I am going
Two
to willpower
successes.
reroll it.
Like
The
you're talking
perfect
about
roll to do that.
killing the mulcher.
Oh my
Very nice.
goodness, all successes.
All successes.
Ooh, that one's
That's
fun.
a lot of successes. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe
well,
you'll find out that Charlie broke the masquerade as well.
So Sylvester, I don't know, stands back or falls over and
Eyes just disassociate for a second.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah, it's as if his mind is, wait, I gotta think about this harder, and then his full madness just unfolds in his head.
It
first
comes back into the room. Wow, you've been standing still, not talking for 5 minutes so far. The whole
First-
Green Hornet.
Oddly quiet.
First, you have just a feeling of deep, deep hatred. Fiery hatred. Flickering candles. A crucifix. You see a man kneeling in prayer. You think it's a man, it's a silhouette. The feeling of hatred, that passion that burns like fire, is coming from the man who's kneeling. You almost like pages burning in a fire. You hear a whisper in Latin. No, it's a chant. No, it's a it's a chant. Someone speaks over the chant. We have found them. And then you see a view out of a window in a downtown residential area. It's the Chicago downtown. In the window reflection, yourself. It's not you. It's not Sylvester. It's a man who is broad-shouldered, dressed in a suit. He has curly black hair. And he's standing with... He has holding, in fact, a crucifix in his hand. And he's doing the sign of the cross. The Catholic sign of the cross. and muttering something to himself in a foreign language. And then you come back to the world again.
You still with us?
So... Oh, sorry. I think...
What? Yes?
Where... Kate, we're dealing with... some fanatical people here.
Doesn't seem like a fanatic. What are you talking about? He's in it for the money. He's not throwing out the vitriol.
No, Kate, people of my clan sometimes see strange shit. Yeah.
You're very well respected for it.
Ah, yes.
No offense, but it's one of the benefits of your people.
Don't know if this is like a warning sign or a metaphor for my religious guilt, but, however, there are some very, let's say, fanatical people whom I think might be looking for us.
You said religious?
Oh yes, Catholic. Suits.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Just a out of game thing, storyteller. Would I be aware of a flaw if it doesn't affect me?
What if it doesn't affect your floor?
I've got Beacon of Profanity, which makes anyone with any level of true faith immediately know what I am.
Yeah.
Just reminding you.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
I know.
I would know about it, or I wouldn't know about it.
Up to the table, really. What do we think?
I'd argue that I feel like it'd be more interesting if you didn't know.
It makes sense that I wouldn't know.
It would make sense. Because, like, how would you just find out that, oh, yeah, people of true faith just know what I am?
It's not just priests, it's like mortals with any amount of truth faith can sense your presence regardless of truth faith level. Because sensing presence of, like, vampires is like tier 4, but for me, it's tier 1.
So how many, like, what percentage of mortals have true faith? Because if it's quite a
Very
few...
few.
Very few.
It would, presumably, if it had happened, you would have seen something like the old guy who was staring at Charlie out in the street, and people looking at you and looking horrified.
It's very few people, but also she was raised in a religious background where she did receive a lot of persecution. But that was before she was a vampire, so maybe she just thinks people are like that. But yeah, just back to the game. Okay. That's a real problem.
Pardon the term of phrase, but I pray that they aren't directly looking for us, because...
You have any other information?
I heard him saying something along the lines of, we found him, which is... Oh, so ominous.
That's usually ominous, yeah.
This reminds me, I... Remember that one time a car sped past by us?
Vaguely a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. I saw this white bright cross there too. Forgotten about that until now.
Okay. Is Kate aware of any vampire influence within the church?
Yes, I would say so, given your intelligence, occult, and academics. The traditional, without rolling anything, if we just take half here, which is the basics, You would probably know that throughout history, all human organizations have at one point or the other been infiltrated by vampires if there is power to be had. And wherever there's power, vampires flock to those places like moth to a flame. Pardon the pun. Like a vampire to a flame. No, that's exactly the opposite of how vampires behave.
Vampires don't like going to the flame.
No, not at all. But the clans who would be
mosquito.
most involved with the church, it really depends on where and when in history. Certainly, Tremere has a very bad history of the church, at least from the burning times, because
Shocker.
vampire and witch in one?
What vampire doesn't have a bad relationship with the church?
I
Like,
mean,
most of
vampire,
them do.
witch, and higher education.
Right,
Nothing
it's-
about that is church positive.
It is the trifecta of doom for...
Educated, opinionated, and magic.
Yes, exactly, and also undead. That's exactly what the church is looking for, what the Inquisition is looking
If
for.
you wanna pile up on even more, sometimes just being a woman.
Yeah.
See the trifecta? Yeah. So, but that
Quadfecta.
doesn't mean that vampires haven't gotten involved in the church in one way or another. Or Ventru, La Sombra clans have all had their fingers in the risky pie every
Could
once
I
in a while.
Try.
I
Could I
guess
try
I
and roll
forgot to-
politics to see if I know of any Chicago-based connections to the church?
You could.
I may not know them personally, but know of them.
You could.
Is there anything on Loading's list about the church?
Now we're thinking.
I don't remember there being anything on Loan's list about the church, but I'm happy to double check.
We can
I can
skim
tell
it.
you right away because you want to double check. Let's see now. Where did I have that?
Lord.
No, this list
Oh,
has
yeah,
been, like, has been a
um,
godsend.
The most unexpected, probably. You remember the name of Nathaniel Broadruff? Who is, in fact, the sire, apparently, of Elucid, of recent acquaintance. Just last night, in fact. It's been a while in terms of sessions, but it's only 24 hours since you met him. He
Church of
is, in
Christ.
fact, involved in the Church of Christ, and Lodin lists him as loyal and reliable. So, apparently, there is at least one vampire who is associated with the church in Chicago, and he's a Nosferatu. Go figure.
He's a Nosferatu who's loyal and reliable, and we now know has sired without Loden's permission.
Fuck.
We don't know that he did that, but it's definitely possible, isn't it?
Yeah, Loden's list is looking less and less as of a reliable source of information, or at least his opinions on the people.
Except Cretius, that one is accurate. What he said
Cretius, it
about-
just says stay the fuck away, do not engage.
Exactly. That's
Do
what I
not
mean.
interact.
Accurate.
Who would engage Critias? That's a
Horrible idea.
foolish notion, yes.
Okay, in that case, we've got a Nosferatu. Nosferatu are, like, they are members of the Camarilla, right?
Yep.
Camarilla?
Definitely.
Yeah. And he's not an elder. I don't want to reach out to Loden, but could we reach out to his second? Not the sheriff,
Mr. Neely. Yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Neely, and try and see if he can facilitate a meeting between us and Nathaniel?
Not impossible. You can always try. Let's see if Mr. Neely responds. Oh, look, Mr. Neely responds. You're lucky tonight, aren't you?
That's relative.
Yes, it is a bit relative, isn't it? So, yeah, you're calling Mr. Neely. And Mr. Neely is ready to pick up the phone, apparently. You have your own number to Mr. Neely. You will hear the voice at the other end. Apparently he's already at the office, or what have you. Or is he? Yeah, he's probably. So, yeah, Neely speaking?
Greetings, Neely. Miss Neely, this is Kate. Kate Peretti.
Yes,
I'm
Miss
looking
Peretti.
into making contact with an associate of yours, a Mr. Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Nathaniel of the...
Of the church.
Indeed. Mr. Broadruff.
Yes.
Father Broadruff, really, I believe, in his own ways.
Ah, he is ordained. Great.
He claims.
As much as any one of our kind can.
Quite. Certainly, I can set up a meeting. It shouldn't be a...
We've received evidence of a surveillance on our... Just, Attica, it's not our domain, what's the general suspicion level towards what we can say over the phone?
This is way before the Second Inquisition, so... It's completely and perfectly safe, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Okay,
Unless you want to be paranoid.
With Kate's technology skill...
You definitely have to worry about everything.
Yeah.
Kate
Kate's
is
technology
paranoid
skills
is on the
know
bingo
that-
sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kate's gonna say, we had a visit by some door-knocking preachers that seem to be trying to invite us to a larger organization. But I don't think we're interested. I'm not sure if they're gonna stop. But we believe... I don't have much of the religious teachings from my youth, but I would like to catch up with Father Nathaniel to get a better understanding of how to talk to these people.
I see. There's like a long pause.
Like, I'm happy to roll subterfuge to try and disguise what I'm saying in a way that I hope he understands.
Yeah, reading between the lines, he is not an idiot. There's a long pause, and then there's the I see. Perhaps we need to have a conversation before I introduce you to Father Nathaniel. What do you think? Will you be
of
coming
course.
downtown to
we
City
have-
Hall, or should I...
Currently, we're kind enough to host one of them as a guest. They really have... They've tried to tell us so much about the faith, but it made them quite tired. But if you would like to meet them, to get your own opinion...
I don't think I would mind meeting them at all. I'm always interested in widening
Obviously,
my-
they are they are just a traveling salesman as such, but I'm sure you may be able to get a real insight into the religion they're preaching. Possibly.
I'm always eager for new learning opportunities. Thank you, Miss Peretti. I'm very grateful. I shall just move some meetings around here in my schedule, and you can expect me... What time is it now? How about 8 o'clock?
Of course, you're always welcome.
Excellent, Miss Peretti. I'm looking forward to seeing you, as always.
She'll hang up. So, Sylvester, so...
Wait a minute. Did the guards not...
Neely's- Oh yeah, I don't know about whatever the guard told Charlie.
Yeah, Sinbad. Oh no, this is gonna get real interesting.
Yeah, I have no idea about any of that because Charlie didn't pass that information on. And I haven't been outside, so the guard hasn't spoken to me yet.
I'm
So
sure it's
Sylvester
gonna
is
be
just like-
fine.
Sylvester's just like hovering behind Kate.
Yeah,
Oh.
like there's no speaker option, but if there was, she would have made it a speaker
There's
call.
Definitely, you can have a phone with a speaker in 1991.
Okay, then yeah.
I mean, if you stand close enough, you can actually just hear it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but there are also
Yeah.
office phones. Like, you can do conference calls. And this is a landline, obviously, so you press a button on
Oh,
the
yeah,
landline, and it has a speaker.
In that case, I have made this.
What do you
a
think? This
speaker
is the
call,
Dark
so
Ages?
Sylvester could hear all of it.
Of course, the person on the other end will be able to hear it too, because there's like an echo on the sound.
Yes.
But by now, I think Mr. Neely trusts you enough with this. And even if he doesn't, he's not going to change his replies much. So, shall we take a 5-minute break and be right back and see what poor Tony has been up to somewhere out in the other parts of the world?
Cool.
Very well then. See you everybody in 5
Mystical weapon.
We
Alright,
have,
it's time for more of Tony's no good, very bad night.
Oh, he has a great night. I'll hear no other words to the effect. Tony finds himself out in Calumet, which is far from where the rest of you live. Getting from there to Pilsen would take you about half an hour with a car. Yeah. This would be like 7-ish in the evening, in the evening. People are still out and about. It's a regular Wednesday night. I don't know how it's. Restaurants are open. Lots of traffic in the streets because it's a regular weekday. Buses. Rush hour is technically over, but still plenty of folks out there. And you're walking around being very hungry.
Yeah, so if I don't find like a phone booth within the next, I don't know, fucking 5 minutes, I'm just
Definitely find a phone booth. Not a problem at all.
Okay, fucking finally. Oof.
Because AI can't spell. With this image up, maybe you can stop at the Loire store
Yes.
to use the phone.
He's at the Loire store.
Or wait a minute, maybe it's the Dolade Loire store. It's French or something.
Yes, definitely. They have French cheese there. Loire.
Yeah.
From the Loire
Yeah.
Valley. Not the Loire Valley.
Yeah. It's only Loire cheese if it's from the Loire Valley.
Yes,
It's like the
exactly.
champagne.
So, what are we gonna do from this particular place?
If there's a phone booth, I'm gonna call the Haven.
Okay. Finally, you're gonna there's a ring on the phone, it's gonna be about like 10 minutes after you've spoken to Neely in the Haven.
My turn. Sylvester picks up the phone.
Have fun.
Hello. How
Hey,
can I
it's,
help you?
It's me, Tony.
Ah, there you are. We've been missing you.
Uh-huh.
You sound... How do I put this? Dejected.
Look, I'm at... Mikkel, what did you say that this place was?
It's called Calumet, which is this part of Chicago in the south. It's basically, it's technically called Calumet City. It's right between Chicago and Gary.
Got it.
You'll have a 10-minute drive from here and you'll get to Gary International Airport, which is, again, another 10 minutes away from, like, the center of Gary.
Got it. Look, I'm at Calumet. Where's Dexter?
I think he's somewhere around.
I haven't seen him.
We haven't seen him in a while. Why?
Look, I have no ride back to our place. Could you send Leo over here with your car?
I can come on over.
Sure, that's fine.
It's gonna
Ah,
take you like a full hour to go there and back again. So, just saying that.
Would we be back in time for the meeting with
Yeah, just about.
Just about, okay.
This
As long as we
close.
don't get into, like, shenanigans, we should be good.
Yeah.
I say.
And you're known for
Totally
never
not
getting into
foreshadowing
shenanigans.
Okay, just straight. I'll come pick you up.
Alright,
Okay.
see you in a bit. And then I guess I hang up.
Right.
Kate?
Charlie, you are somewhere out in the suburbs as well. I might as well have either... I don't know exactly what outer region of the city you are in, Charlie, but you have a corpse on your hands, and you need to get rid of it. And how are you going to do that exactly?
So how much damage do you have to do to a corpse before the fact that it didn't have any blood in it won't show. Could I put it in a dumpster and just set the dumpster on fire? That would damage it enough, or would that just kind of crisp the outside and the inside intact?
That
Funnily
is...
enough, I think
What was that?
I was just gonna say, funnily enough, I think it would be if aside from the fire, the more damage you did to a corpse, and there would make it more visible how little blood there was. Generally, wouldn't you? Aside from burning, obviously. Because there's a mangled person ripped to pieces. Where is all the blood? Rather than just a snapped neck, where is the blood?
Yeah. Also, in terms of the fire plan, it really doesn't it depend on how long the body burns and how hot the flames are?
Yeah, absolutely. So the details of this is up to a medicine check, basically.
You are able to, with just a regular fire, you are able to burn a body, but not destroy it. If you want to actually destroy the body, you would have to have a cremation chamber. But
Yeah,
you can burn a body.
Yeah,
Pretty
you can definitely
rough.
put, set fire to a dumpster. This particular night is not raining either, so it's just cold and gray. Gray skies, black skies, because it's nighttime now. Somewhere in the back of your memory, you might recall a time when you might have seen the sky like this and during the day and called it gray. But I think you have 4 intelligence and 1 medicine, which gives us at least 2 successes. So you would know when taking half, so you would know the rudimentary issues around this, and that to make it seem bloodless, that's going to probably... I am not a medical expert myself. I would have to ask my late father, who was a doctor, about such things. But I'm guessing it would require quite more heat than you could probably generate in a dumpster.
Yeah, especially a dumpster like in. Never mind.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah.
creating a dumpster fire like that, you don't have an accelerant on you right now.
Mm-hmm. There's also the problem of you being afraid of fire.
There's that, yes. The whole,
Yeah.
I'm gonna light it on now.
You could probably
there's-
start a fire, but as soon as the fire is there, you're just whoop.
Yeah, and also there's chances that you might get really unlucky, and the fire is put out before it does enough damage to the body.
That can happen too.
Yeah,
Who
in that
knew
case-
that it would be so complicated to get rid of a dead body? Probably everybody.
Turns out you just can't burn all of your problems away immediately.
It's very sad.
We've
truly.
done it several times now, but the other times we've had help from actual criminals.
Yeah, but we were considering the possibility of just pulling up a manhole and dropping bodies down there, weren't we? That was us. No, I think this is too risky. I will take the body to the dump site at the abandoned steelworks in Gary.
Ah, that
But,
one.
But I
Look
was,
at this again.
Yes.
Oh no, love the splitting up. That's wonderful. Yeah, no, that's
but also
This
now that Charlie is thinking straight, because he is now well fed, and after he's got some distance away from where the murder happened, he's going to do 2 things. He's going to just phone the Haven and give the more comprehensive report on what he knows about the book, and that Sinbad is coming at 9 o'clock, just in case that message didn't get passed on. We'll also say in the kind of coded words that make sure the guy who slept it off in the basement gets home safe. It's not like he's going to remember anything that happened last night anyway.
Charlie?
Is Charlie casting his vote for just let the guy go?
I've already told Mr. Neely about him, and he's interested in meeting him, so we'll sit on him till then at the very least.
yeah. If Neely wants it, I'm voting on letting Tony deal with it. That's my vote.
And so the other thing Charlie's going to do before he goes out to Gary is After this cascade of disaster, like his commitment to Golconda has now risen, and especially around this book. So he's going to do two. He's going to buy two things. He's going to get a big ream of paper and a load of pens and a camera and a load of rolls of film, and he's going to carry them on himself at all times. So if he's ever in close proximity to this book, he can just do a rush job copy of it one way or another.
You can rush job copying an entire book?
He'd need to have the... Yeah. He could rush job copy a lot of things. Let's see now. Blurring to do. It does allow him to non-violent ends faster when under duress or outright attack. Skill-related tasks that would otherwise take whole turns in the span of a few seconds. So maybe not copy a full book. So, it's going to be, instead of taking a whole week, it's going to take a night or something, I guess. Yeah.
What about just photographing every page? Obviously, depending on how long the book is.
That seems a lot more doable.
A lot more doable.
So I will be carrying for both. And oh yeah, also one other thing that Charlie is going to do is, since you know this book is going up for sale somewhere, since Charlie has contacts both in the legitimate art world from his degree and criminal contacts from his life of crime, is going to try and find out aspects, depending whether it's a legal or illegal sale, where this book might be getting sold. But depending on what that would involve, that may be before, he may set that in progress before he goes to dump the body or after, depending
Right,
on
you're
what
making a few phone calls, in other words. So I'm gonna guess here that you have your car nearby the alleyway, and then you're gonna smuggle the body out of the alley into the trunk of your car, and then you're gonna make a few phone calls. I feel like we need to make at least a strength and stealth check. That's an unusual combination that we've never used before, so I love it. This is because you're carrying a dead body, and you don't want to draw any attention to yourself.
If someone spots you, weaken at Ernie's.
Since you have 3 strength and 2 stealth, that is at least 2 successes, which for the average human being is actually going to be enough to do this surreptitiously enough. Good for you. If it had only been 1 success. Yeah. Let's see how lucky you are. Hopefully there's no beat cups around. You are very lucky indeed. I rolled a 9 for you. Yeah. Apparently, Cain smiles upon you tonight. Or God, or whoever entity you want to believe in. And you will actually be able to grab enough old garbage bags, probably just emptying the contents in the nearby dumpster, wrap up the body, flump it over your shoulder, or just drive the car into the alley, then put the body into the trunk. And
there's no need to scavenge old garbage bags. Charlie has a roll of them in the car.
Fair enough. Fresh garbage bags. Much better.
He's about the gangster life.
He is about that gangster life. He makes a few phone calls afterwards from a phone booth in whatever part of town you happen to be. Probably not super far away from Pilsen, but I'm guessing you're not in actually Pilsen. Because I doubt that any Aryan nation hideout would be in Pilsen, where the Latin kings have blocks under their sway.
Maybe it's the Latino neo-Nazis.
Anyway, you're going to make some phone calls here and there and everywhere, and hopefully that will set some things in motion. You have, let's see now, intelligence, you have some streetwise, and you have your criminal contacts on top of that. And otherwise contacts. Yeah, I feel like you can probably get some results from that. It's going to take a while for them to get back to you. Or will it? Probably, yeah. You have the name of the guy who's selling this, Mr. Hurdon. So Put the name out among your contacts and see what shakes loose. Very good. Meanwhile, as Sylvester is leaving the Haven, Marquette Park might be a place where you can find some. It's a former stronghold of far-right groups like the National Socialist Party of America. So that's probably where you are. Anyway, Sylvester, you are moving out from the Haven into the streets. And did you have a garage, or are your cars just sitting outside on parking, like by the curb?
I think we've asked this several times, and I never remember.
I never remember
I
either.
don't-
That's why I'm
I don't believe we do.
very well.
Because normally with the brownstones, they usually stack together with no parking, so
Yeah, exactly.
not many garage.
Or possibly like a communal parking space somewhere between a couple of brownstones. Sylvester, anyway, you're gonna be overjoyed to hear that as you are moving out here, after all, you have some wits, you have some awareness, that puts you to a nice 4 dice, and you also have some aspects on top of that that helps you keep track of what's going on around you. Leo is not letting you leave the house alone, obviously, because he's freaked out since yesterday. And I don't know, did Kate ever tell anybody else about the whole setup you did last night with the Latin Kings because you were being followed? I think Leo knows
No.
about that. Or no?
It was all sorted by the time she got to the Haven.
Yeah. So
She didn't tell anyone.
she didn't tell her. Okay, fair enough. But Leo was still spooked by the whole thing with Charlie and the thugs and whatnot.
Oh, very fair. Yeah.
Sure enough, Sylvester, as you're getting into the car and you're firing up the ignition and you're starting out, isn't there a rust bucket down the street with some people in it driving, and they start their car at the same time as well? Leo's driving your vehicle, obviously. The headlights turn on at the same time as you're...
You're really terrible at this shit.
What can I say? You can even tell that there's more than one person in that vehicle.
Incredibly strange.
And as you start driving, or as Leo starts driving, really, yeah, they're following you. Very clearly so. They're trying to not be spotted necessarily, but they're definitely following you. Who knows how many they are. There's probably more than one person in the car, but exactly how many you can't really tell.
At least 2. Minimum of 2.
Yeah.
Ah, Leopold. Dear Leopold, I don't mean to alarm you, but we are being followed.
Shit, Leopold whispers under his breath.
It's just followed for now.
What the hell do I do? Syl? What do I do?
I guess this a little bit out of your usual job description.
Yeah, bouncing is fine. What the hell is this? Like cloak and
Gee.
dagger shit? What is this? Why are they doing this? Yesterday we had people
don't
and
know.
Charlie was doing the thing, and now we're being followed? The fuck's going on here? Why are they following us?
It's me. At Chicago, there's fucking criminals everywhere. Do you think you'll be able to lose them?
I could try.
Not. You don't have to speed up. Maybe take an unexpected turn.
I'll see what I can do to shake him. Let's see what he can do to shake them. Alright.
Can I assist by giving him directions? Like,
I guess you can, yeah, your Auspex probably helps out a little bit. So you can, like, make calls at just the right moment and such. Let's say that this is a dexterity drive check. Unfortunately, he is not amazing at this. So he's going to try to lose them. Apparently, he's amazing at this.
Oh shit, Sylvester is in danger.
Exactly.
Show off.
Exactly that. Let's see how good they are at driving.
Probably.
They stay with him.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
He's the attacker, though. So no, they don't stay with him. I'm sorry. Attackers win. It's in the earlier editions that defenders win. Yeah, so it's gonna take a while, though. And I think it's gonna get a little bit... I mean, with his 3 successes... Okay, let's see how lucky you guys are again. Let's see how lucky you guys are. You are not lucky tonight. You will be able to shake... Okay, why does it do that? I hate when it changes the... It's because I have the same title on the token. I just need to start naming every single NPC. That's what I need to do. Anyway, I was going to say, you managed to shake your tail, and then moments later, there will be a cop car that is flashing the lights at you because you're driving in a less than prudent manner. They will pull you over. I don't think it's going to be a big deal for Sylvester to get through that with some charisma, persuasion, and whatnot. Just
it's time to activate awe again.
yes, it is.
God, I love having this power.
Yeah, they're like the beat cop comes over and, are you aware that you were doing and drive safely and so on and so forth? And Sylvester will be like, oh, sorry, officer.
Yes, there was a suspicious car tailing us. Made me a little bit nervous. I'm an up-and-coming musician. I must apologize. It won't happen again.
Yeah, he's just gonna give you a ticket basically and let you go. Yeah, you'll have to pay a $50 fine. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yep, I'm sure you're gonna die. But I think that is about all the drama that Sylvester and Leo will have as they come down to Calumet to pick up Tony. The question is, what is Tony gonna do while waiting in Calumet? Are you gonna... It's not quite enough time to hunt.
Yeah, I don't really have the time to hunt, so I guess wait around, keep an eye out for anyone, just in case.
I mean, have 1 hour, I guess, but that depends.
No,
half an hour.
It's half an hour until you get to Calumet.
Ah, okay.
I could give you a hunting roll at higher difficulty if you want, but
I guess.
I mean,
the risk of you going frenzy and killing someone and causing another mess is there.
it is your territory, though.
So, what?
It's your territory, isn't it? It should make it easier.
This
No,
isn't my
this is-
territory.
No.
Oh,
This is a random area.
Yep.
oh.
Yeah. So what difficulty would it be to hunt in the immediate area real quick?
It's gonna be...
If it's high, then it's fair, okay? If it's a high difficulty.
I'm gonna say this is... probably a 4, because it's a... it would be a 3 if you had an hour.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Nope. I guess I'll wait.
That makes sense. Alright, so Tony is picked up by... Whoops, why did I do that? Sorry. No, that's not at all heavy snow. Why is it doing this? Sorry.
2 aggravated damage, 2 superficial, and was sleeping in a boiler room last night, so I probably look like shit.
That makes sense. Yeah, half an hour is gonna pass. You're gonna meet up with Syl and Leo, who are gonna pick you up. You're gonna go back to the Haven. and so on. Wow, we're jumping fast forward in time here.
Oh, by the way, to the drive back, do you explain anything to me?
I guess I will catch you up, yeah. I mean,
Alright,
I have
then.
half an hour, so...
I guess during this explanation of events, Tony just has his hand in his face, just like,
Oh yeah, he just went ballistic. That's... Ooh.
Tony
Alright.
not looking good. Like, he is bruised in his face. Like, vampires don't get shiners necessarily, but all the little places where the skin might have been ruptured by fists and such. Yeah.
yeah. Look, after we're done interrogating this guy, I'll deal with him.
And by deal, you mean...
You don't have to worry about that.
Unfortunately, I think I may know, but... Oh well.
Is it still a partial sane if you let someone die?
I would argue that at the very least, that maybe
could
at
be
least one stain.
It could be one stain, yeah. One stain.
Yeah,
or
that's
just
something you
standing
can
by.
justify to yourselves, but
when,
like...
when you could step in and help someone, and you don't.
Like, this is fucked up what you're doing, letting me do this, so I would argue it's something justifiable to yourself, but still bad.
Which
The
makes
problem
sense.
is, like, don't see any other option unless we somehow are able to find someone that can erase this
Yeah.
without killing him.
You're still complicit in a murder.
You are also aware that earlier in the night, Kate offered to do it for you.
I'm just like, oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, let the stereotypical gangster look-alike do the murdering. That makes you feel better.
Look alike. I literally am a gangster.
You're more than that to Kate. You're more than a gangster to Kate. You're
Vicious
a terrifying
butcherer?
vampire. You're a terrifying vampire. Don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself. Oh god.
Well, you can be two things at once, okay?
Yeah, that's why Kate has a gun.
But yeah, Sylvester is just... It's not like he's saying, yeah, go ahead, do it, but it's more, if it comes to it, I will stop you, but I also maybe let's... I don't know.
Yeah, Tony's just, I know how this is gonna go.
You're all gonna, not all of you, because Charlie is still away. He is,
He got sent to the desert again.
yes, he's out in the wastelands and dumping a body.
We
But
cannot keep the party together for more than an hour.
no, it's impossible. If anybody makes up a bingo card for this, party split up Chekhov. There we go.
Let's split.
Yes.
Typical vampire
Let's
masquerade.
split the party.
Always split the party.
Yes. You know what? Is Dix back yet? He has been out there and looking for Tony probably forever, and okay, he's smart enough to get himself back, so he's also going to be in the Haven, probably arriving while Kate is alone in the Haven, asking frantically if you've heard anything about Tony, and when you say that you do, and that Tony is on the way, he's gonna be like, oh, thank God, and then he is
At which
offering,
point, Kate's just gonna say, "Clean yourself up. We've got guests coming."
huh? Okay. Shit, fuck. And then he's gonna swear something in Spanish, and
I know it probably doesn't require much cleaning because we don't cause too much mess, but Kate's just gonna
he didn't cause
clean
much of a mess either.
clean the area as much as she can.
So let's see who gets back first. Who gets there first? If I roll a 1, it's gonna be Mr. Neely, and if I roll a 2, it's gonna be Tony, Sylvester, and Leo.
Come on, guys, get here faster. Break the speed limit.
Break the
No,
speed
we
limit.
already got the
Apparently
ticket.
not. They're not quite there yet. They're gonna be there within a few minutes or so, but Mr. Neely will beat them by that much. So only
funny
Kate is
thing-
in the house.
Yeah.
Great.
I was about to say, the funny thing is, technically, it's not me that has gotten a ticket, it's Leopold, which is very sad.
Very sad, yes. Poor man.
Fair enough. Obviously, she will let Mr. Neely in.
Yeah.
Say, apologies, the rest of my coterie was supposed to be here, but I'm sure they'll be arriving soon. But our guest is downstairs. I'll take you to him. Unless you want to discuss things first.
Let's have a quick chat, he says.
Of course.
I haven't reached out to Father Brodruff just yet. I've told him that someone might be interested in meeting with him, but I wanted to get to the bottom of these door salesmen you spoke of, he says, and he tilts his head ever so slightly and corrects his tie.
We've had 2 encounters. One 4 or 5 weeks ago, where there was a unknown individual in a car. Our very talented Sylvester was able to divine his connection to a church, or at least a place of faith. Obviously, it's been quite busy since then. But, out of character, we did actually look into his license plate, didn't we? We just didn't find anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
was a
other character,
rental,
I
probably.
don't know if, this is even related, or if I'm just having a strange ass version. I don't know for sure.
Believes that you are not lying about the stuff you're talking about.
It's more like, I don't know if this is tied to, the people who, were spying on us, or if this is just, some different, religious people who wanna, I don't know, maybe kill vampires.
I'm just assuming that all religious fundamentalists are the same, and that's just because I've got flaws. But yes, she's gonna say, we did look into discreetly the number plate of the driver, but nothing really came of it. And now, yesterday, we had 2 people watching our haven. I didn't see the initial interaction. One of our other members, Charlie, I don't know if you've made introductions in a while, but they apprehended one of them. Unfortunately, the other did not survive the encounter. And again, our talented Sylvester was able to get a understanding of their connection to some form of religious fundamentalists. As the gangster downstairs, as he is named, not Stephen Davenport. It's Raymond Calderon.
Ramon
Raymond Calderon.
That. Oh,
Yeah. Raymond Calderon downstairs, according to the ID, which I have no reason to doubt, was hired by 2 people in suits. She gives the description he gave, and says that this is... While he didn't mention any icons of religious or any other significance, he did mention a place where they were supposed to meet up. Obviously, we haven't gone there because that is most likely a trap, or at least more confirmation for our enemies. So we have avoided it, and we're hoping to reach out to the father and get his opinion on how to deal with these groups.
Interesting. Mr. Neely will take a seat in the couch. Do you want to read his reaction?
Sure, I'll read his reaction with my I've got one insight.
You have one insight, yay. He has some composure. He has some subterfuge.
Yeah, it's wits insight.
Just don't bestial fail.
Oh, but I want a blood search. No, I don't want
Why
a blood
would you
search,
want a blood
just
search?
in case.
Blood surge is the
Reading
best thing to do at
lists.
all times, because we all want to go frenzy
Absolutely.
all the time. His...
Not horrific, but
He has a poker face, as far as you're concerned. He
That's
doesn't
fine.
seem... Yeah, he seems completely in control of himself and the situation.
I felt it was unnecessary to involve my clan at this present time. But if things escalate any further, they
You
will
did
need to be,
indeed, he says. That is interesting. I would
they will need
expect
to be informed.
one of your clan to be very much coordinating, as it were.
We are. This is not something. I'm hoping to resolve this without distracting my clan from actual business.
Very good. Let's see. I'm just reminding myself of the laws of Lodin.
It doesn't say Nearly can't shoot me.
No, it doesn't. It also doesn't say don't have any influence in the church. We must first ascertain whether these people that have been following you are in fact affiliate. You wanted me to speak to Mr.
I
Broderick.
offered. Oh, Mr. Brodrith, I was asking if you could possibly facilitate a meeting,
Yes.
as my group has no connection to his. And it
course.
seemed the polite way to do it.
Indeed. This is not a bad notion. He knows much of what is going on within the clergy. I could not speak to exactly how deep his influence might run, seeing as those of his line are very good at keeping secrets. You
I'm
knew
sure.
this, of course.
Not new information.
Not new information. But what we need to know is that this is, in fact, not tied to witch hunters.
Could be problematic.
When you speak of the church, I want to make it a priority to ascertain that first.
Understandable.
It,
Hence why I reached out to you in the first place.
which was
I would
exactly
rather make
the
sure
right
this
thing
is
to
a
do.
coordinated response among the vampire clans of Chicago, rather than just Clan Tremere.
Is there, at this time, any threat to the Masquerade? Have any of the coterie done anything to threaten the Masquerade? What are you gonna answer that one, Kate?
I'm gonna answer honestly, because as far as I'm aware, they haven't.
Right, because you didn't see
I don't
what
know
Charlie
about
did.
Charlie. I don't know about Charlie's indiscretion.
That's fair.
I'm going to answer honestly and say, not to my knowledge, although we have been spread apart of late.
Naturally. I'm sure you all have your various agendas and various business to attend to.
And unfortunately, I'm not my coterie's keeper.
Indeed. At about this time, Sylvester and Leo and Tony come in through the door. Yay, you're
Yeah.
back.
I guess I nod towards Neely and I just say, Mr. Neely?
Tony,
Greetings.
Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Bjornsson. He obviously doesn't acknowledge Leo in any type of form. Leo is just a ghoul, after all. He might nod to him. He's a polite man, Mr. Neely is. We were just having a discussion here with Miss Peretti regarding the situation. I would like to have more details before I speak to your guest.
Of course. Ask away. Have you briefed Neely here, Kate?
I gave Nearly the information I have available.
Most excellent.
My question to you, Mr. Bjornsson, and to you, Mr. Hernandez, is what is the current status of the Masquerade? Do we know if there is any threat from any breaches?
I have no idea. I wasn't dealing with all this. I was in a different part of town.
Dealing with clan business, he says, looking at your face.
Something like that.
I see. I take it you are perhaps not terribly popular among the rest of your clan, given that you are loyal to the Camarilla in ways that most of them aren't.
Yeah.
Your loyalty will be rewarded, Mr. Hernandez. Have no doubt about that. If we can find the people who did this to you, I'm sure we'll make sure that they will remember who they have transgressed against. Do you know their names at all?
I'd rather deal with this on my own. No need to get anyone else involved. It was,
There is a strength in numbers.
Very well, Mr. Hernandez. Neely has already dropped it. So, the
Sylvester
Masquerade is
will,
intact. Mr. Björnsson? Yes, please, go ahead.
So Sylvester will tilt his head to the left and the right side, as if thinking, would Sylvester know that Charlie also killed someone else?
Yes, because Leo dealt with the body and dumped it down a manhole?
I don't know if the Masquerade was breached, but there was a murder, so there's that. Yep.
As long as any casualty was dealt with in a discreet manner.
Oh yes, I power washed the steps and everything. It's very satisfying.
Very good, then. So I return to the question that I asked Miss Peretti, and I will ask that to you as well, Mr. Bjornsson and Mr. Hernandez. Miss Peretti suggested that somehow there would be a church involvement here. Are we suspecting witch hunters, or are we suspecting some other kind of use of influence among the mortals? As far as I can tell, Mr. Brodruff, Father Brodruff really, has some influence with local clergy, though I don't see why he would use that to interact with this coterie. I don't know that he would have any business with this coterie. Then again, he is
It's not.
Nosferatu and might have his own reasons.
It's not like they were dressed in the clerical shirt or anything, but I do recall from my, how do I put it? He's trying to find the words for his like very vision. From my mystical powers of the blood.
You will
were
nod.
Dressed in quite formal suits, but they had Catholic imagery. That of the cross?
Catholic imagery.
Yes.
Did they say anything that you don't understand?
They did speak in, I assume it's Latin. Some chanting Latin.
Do you remember what they said?
And something along
I'd be
the
happy
lines
to translate.
in English of, we found them. And there was the visual of a person in the reflection of a window. Suit, black, curly hair. With the Catholic cross.
I see. To my knowledge, Mr. Brodruff is involved with the Church of Christ, which is not the Catholic Church.
Yes, there is that.
Sylvester, do you perhaps remember the exact wording, even if it was in Latin?
Laughing? Do you assume this is some sort of check to see if I can remember?
Oh yeah,
Isn't
that would definitely
isn't
have to be
this
some
like
kind
in the book, like an example of a really hard check?
Yeah.
Remembering a conversation in a language you don't understand?
Is it something like in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, Amen? Or is it like more advanced than that?
If it's more advanced than that, I'd argue that it should at least have a difficulty of 5.
I just need to recite it. I don't necessarily need to understand it.
Yeah, Kate can understand it. I'm pretty sure Neely could as well.
Is it... Would it be any... like... like the typical Christian Latin reciting, or no?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Actually, there's an interesting thought here. Since
How much do we have here in your... You have some academics, don't you?
Yeah.
also, since Sylvester is
No.
a singer, would that give like just a sort of better memory for like words?
Leaning into your performance instead of your academics for this?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
Intelligence performance?
Yes!
yeah, trying to get a
not?
cadence
I love it.
of what was said to help
I
you
love
remember.
it. I'm still going to
It's
require a check,
amazing.
and I want 6 successes because visions
Okay.
and all that.
You got this. This could be very important.
You got this. Clearly.
Intelligence.
Don't fuck it up.
Okay. I need 6 total, right?
Yeah, yeah.
6 successes. So 6 or more.
I'm gonna be...
Is this-
oh,
this-
so
this is gonna be
audacious.
It's going to be
I'm
very
gonna
hard.
blood search because this is a hard check. Let's see how
Yeah.
this goes. Oh, the dice are rolling.
You fuck
That's
this.
a
I'm
5.
gonna willpower roll. I'm gonna willpower
You've got this,
roll.
come on. You've got this.
Please. No!
Oh, so close. 5 successes is still a lot.
Does he get close?
Absolutely he does. For a fact
least-
that it was not simple psalm like Pater Noster, Our Father who art in heaven, or Ave Maria.
Nothing
or,
I would have heard
one
in
of the
my
standard
rural,
ones. It
rural
was
as fuck upbringing.
this was something more niche. I think you remember some of the words, actually, but you don't remember the meaning necessarily. So,
I at least recognize it's Latin.
oh yeah, definitely Latin.
Is Kate able to translate?
Yes, with all the academics and everything, why not? That particular stanza means, and this is definitely not worrisome at all. Day of wrath, that day.
Oh, fuck.
Rapture?
Kate's gonna say... She's gonna translate as much as you remember and just say it in English. Something along the lines of Day of Wrath, that day. She's assuming Neely also understood that.
I can allow
I gotta
you
love
to roll a hard check because it's such a niched subject, Kate Peretti, for your intelligence academics to figure out a little bit more from these words.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna do that, or at
I
least
gotta
try.
love the Satanist ass looking vampire reciting Latin. That's very on point.
Man.
I will...
We're working hard on
Roll.
this one, folks. Clearly.
Imagine we're just going back and forth, being like, couldn't it be this instead, Sylvester?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely. That's what
Yeah.
you're doing. You're figuring it out together, little by little. And yeah, Kate, I'm gonna give you
Yeah,
a
she
whisper
put- she-
because
she-
it's fun.
Aw. The whisper is, you're fucked.
Nah. There.
Yeah, she's gonna just try it. I remember this. And she's gonna... I'm guessing she has a Latin Old Testament Bible somewhere in the house.
Absolutely.
We do have a
Picks it
library.
up.
You have a library,
Yeah.
exactly.
She pulls it out and quickly flips to it and oh yeah, this is the bit. I remember this. Just say it's the portion of a mass talking about the end times.
So I was right on the rapture thing.
Yes, but it's a medieval version, or at least time is different for us, I'm sure, Mr. Neely, so I'm not sure how you appreciate the age of something in this case, but I believe it's this chapter. She'll
Oh yeah, you'll
point
be
it
able
out.
to
She'll
find
s-
it.
she- yeah, she'll say it out loud, just to get everyone in the mood for fear.
There you go. That's the whole mass there. Not
Ah, yes.
maybe the whole mass part of it.
Yeah.
Yes, day of wrath that day will dissolve the world in ashes, as foretold by David and the Sibyl.
How great will be the quaking when the judge shall come to weigh everything with strict justice. While I haven't heard this spoken in a mass in my lifetime, this seems quite fundamental in its thinking. Hence, you understand why we tried to reach out to the father to get a better understanding of what we were dealing with.
Of course. Now, he is, again, not affiliated with the Catholic Church. But then again, if you have
My knowledge
connections
of
with
the
one
minor
religion-
sects of the Chicago vampires is Chicago kindred is limited at the moment.
If this is connected to Reverend Brodruff, I guess they go with Reverend in, like, the...
I don't,
That's the
to be
church?
clear, I don't believe he is connected. I was just looking to him for insight about religious orders related
I see,
to
yes.
kindred.
Very well. In that case, we still need to know if he's connected to this in any way. Because this can be, as far as I can tell, either the case of some kindred who wants to keep an eye on you, or it could be connected to witch hunters. If it is the latter, we need to end that situation immediately
Oh.
and discreetly without giving other witch hunters any reason to
It's
feel or
almost-
need to intervene in Chicago, if you understand.
Mr. Neely, I almost forgot something that I feel is very important. The massive feeling of hate. So, you know.
I'm pretty sure the hatred was implied with everything else.
No, the hatred is
Yeah.
important though. People doing a job don't feel hatred like that.
It adds context.
We need more evidence. I would like to say that kindred do not harbor resentment and glowing hatred to each other, but we would all be hopelessly naive, wouldn't we, to assume such a thing? Yet, of course, witch hunters certainly harbor hatred towards our kind. So, again, we are not clear on either situation. It could be either way, truly.
Witch hunters, so we're talking Salem here or something slightly more modern?
Why, we have to find out, won't we? There, as far as witch hunter lore, there has always been, while the Inquisition is no longer a threat, and hasn't been for centuries, thanks to the Masquerade, there is certainly always a risk that zealous people of faith find us and make it their personal crusade to end us. And there's definitely been the case that kindred have been staked and put to final death by individuals who are exceptionally talented and well-resourced. So we cannot dismiss the danger of hunters entirely. That is why, if this is a case of hunters, which we still do not know for sure, but if it is, we need to take precautions. We need to assume nothing and yet expect the worst and avoid escalating any risks for the Masquerade. So if this does involve witch hunters, any removal of said dangers will have to be done without alerting any people they might be connected to. That might be a tall order, but it is nonetheless important to do.
Is there anything else we want to talk to our guest about?
I should dearly like to talk to your guest, Mr. Hernandez, and make sure that he remembers nothing pertinent about this house.
Got it.
Perhaps, in fact, lead us to his friends.
All right. When he says that, Tony is just so hungry that he forgot. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can still use him. He just wants to fucking just drain him completely. He's so fucking hungry.
I don't mean to be overly cautious, but the way I'm thinking about it, if a religious order, whether they were sent from a kindred or not, that sent these people, these uninitiated, unknowing simpletons to us, may be using them to lure us into a trap. From what I understand of our guest, he is no one of import, but if he can encourage us, or even someone like you, to go to a secondary location that they've prepared, that could be disastrous for us.
Now you're thinking the right way, Miss Pretty. We have to be cautious about this. The Masquerade first, always. Meanwhile, out in the suburbs, Charlie has been doing his thing, haven't you? You've managed to get rid of a body, and I believe you want to have a chat with your connections, don't you? About a certain person that you're trying to find out more about in terms of their identity and if they have anything to do with something, right? Charlie?
Oh,
Try and
Charlie.
find out all the details about this book might be being sold, and if anybody knows anything about the name connected to it.
Let's see how many details you can find out here. You've hidden a body. It's not going to be 9, is it? No, it's not going to be 9.
Killed the guy, hid his body, now I'm book shopping.
Exactly. It's going to be more like 8:30 or something like that. Anyway, let's go here. We have intelligence, streetwise, that's 6 dice together, and then we have some nice criminal contacts, that's 3 more dice. So, yeah, you're gonna find out everything about everyone, basically. You don't even have to roll. You have 4 successes. Yeah, your connections, who are you talking to? Who is the connection we're talking to here? Have we defined your connections, given them names and such? We know they're criminals, but other than that, we don't exactly know. Just give me an acting cue is what I'm saying.
Maybe this is just like some guy who always operates out of a strip club to the point that everybody just calls him Strip Club Joe.
Strip Club Joe. Okay. I think we had... Where was the one... we had a nice... No, that was Tony's contact. The guy who sold guns.
Yeah, that was my contact.
Yeah, that was your contact.
His name-
We need to remember these names. That's what we need to...
And
Okay.
Charlie's other 2 contacts that have been
arms
mentioned.
dealer.
Charlie's other 2
It was
contacts.
poison.
Don't speak at the
Those are
same
the two-
time, guys.
Charlie's other 2 contacts that have been mentioned: Arizona Ron and Charlie Baltimore.
Charlie Baltimore, perhaps. Oh, hey, Goldtooth, how's it going?
Charlie?
Yeah, so this Herndon guy you asked me checked out. Yeah, I've made some inquiries, asked a few questions here and there. Can't be, yeah, you have to tread carefully in this world. I got some news for you. He's a fence, definitely. high-end art stuff, museum things, ancient artifacts, historical pieces, all sorts of stuff that, shall we say, connoisseurs and high-end clients would be looking for to acquire before they end up in a museum or some public place like that. So yeah, that's what Herden does. Let's see now. What else can I tell you about the guy? He's a bit eccentric, has a place. I don't know where he lives or nothing like that. I know a little bit about where you can. I have his number if you want to contact him. And I do believe, yeah, that's about what I could get scrounged down for you.
So just ask any word about anything big is moving recently?
Not really, but this is not a guy who advertises widely, as far as I know. He tries to target his sales to, like, the perfect customer, so he's very on the down low. He has pretty exclusive deals, and then he seeks out, like, before he even gets a hold of the product, he seeks out the people he wants to sell it to potentially. He acquires the product, and then he gets rid of it really fast to minimize his exposure. He keeps like a Rolodex, as far as I know, of potential buyers, and then he goes looking for the things. So if something falls into his lap, he's probably gonna make personal connects first before he tries to tap into the grapevine, because as far as I know, he really wants to stay off the radar given the quality of the works he's dealing with. This is not a guy who works with pawn stores or anything like that. No, this guy is just seeking out, like, high-end people, man. I'm not saying he's, like, a master criminal or whatever. He's in the game, but he's not a big player or whatever. He's just has his niche, does his thing. I guess he fences, like, a couple of things a year, but it's high-end stuff, and that finances his operation, I guess.
One last question. Did any jobs that have been done recently that may have provided something for him to fence? Anything that's a job that has his name written on it?
Not to my knowledge, man. No. How did you run into this guy? I know your business. Oh, are you selling?
Not this time.
Not this time. Gotcha.
Maybe buying.
You're buying. Okay. Huh. You're into fine art then. You've made it pretty fine in the world. Goldtooth, I'd say that, but I think this guy might just be a little bit above your pay grade. We're talking very rich clientele. Gold Coast.
Yeah. I'm acquiring it on behalf of another interested party. I need to get in before the feeding frenzy starts. It's what he's got. Apparently a lot of people are very interested in.
Huh. Oh, he'll sell it at a premium then, I guess. Best of luck to you, Goldtooth. Talk to you later, man.
See you later.
He's giving
Yes,
you the
sir.
number to Mr. Herdon. You now have a telephone number to this person. Do you want to use it immediately or later?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use it now.
Yeah.
Before it gets any later, presumably because this guy will keep more normal hours than we do.
I just realized we're almost at 5, and I feel like this would be a really good time for a cliffhanger.
In a moment, because I think another channel will open up soon and we'll raid them, because we didn't do that last time, and I think they start at the hour.
Agreed.
Yeah, but let's have Charlie call the number in question. Yeah, you will get... You're calling the number on the payphone or whatever, slotting in the coins, clickety-click, rich. You hear the tickety in the phone line as... Because it's a turn phone. Do you remember those, young people? I was there. You turned the dial and it...
I know they exist, but I never had one.
I had one once. My family did, yeah.
I'm like the youngest guy.
I am ancient. Anyway,
I know what they are, but I haven't used them.
you will hear simply a man's voice on an answering machine. It connects to an answering machine after some signals go through. Please leave a message and I will call you back. Beep. It doesn't even say you have reached the number of Dennis Hurden or anything like that. That's all it says.
So Charlie will just say, Mr. Hurden, I represent a third party who has become aware of a manuscript you have in your possession. Please call me back to discuss viewing the item and the opportunity to bid on the product. And I'll give him a phone number and just say thank you. It's going to keep this minimal and really professional, and how at least Charlie imagines things are done in this world.
All right. Which phone number are you giving, Mr. Hurdle? Is it going to the Haven or someplace else? How many numbers do you have? It's 1991. It's before cell phones, but not before portable phones that you can have in your car. The brick is legendary.
Yeah, if there is a portable phone option, that's probably the way to do it.
You are rich enough to definitely have a portable phone, I would say, aren't you? You are, your resources are 3. Yeah, you're rich enough for that. 5 years ago, you would not have been rich enough for that, because 5 years ago, they were exceedingly expensive. They were like top executive expensive, but not anymore.
So 5 years before the year the game takes place, and it'd be like 4 or 5.
And
probably 4.
In about 5 years, there will be the Motorola flip phone. Things are going to happen very quickly soon with phones.
Yeah, then it'll be 2.
Anyway, so that is where Charlie is, and I think he's going to... Are you going to go back to the Haven after all of this? Or are we doing something else?
Does Charlie know that... Yeah, Charlie knows that Neely is coming to the Haven, and that is really a conversation he does not want to have. I think he will just be like cruising the city like his old haunts in his car. He is feeling good in at least one way at the moment, because at least he's fed. So I guess he's just trying to enjoy the nightlife that he used to love.
Just to not have to talk to the Seneschal. That makes sense. Speaking of the Seneschal, back in the Haven, as we're getting close to the end of this particular session, Mr. Neely will, of course, go downstairs and have a word with your guest. And he will use all the typical Ventru tricks and trades, as he's gonna sit down, just look into the man's eyes and say, tell me everything that you know about the people who gave you this task. He's just fixing the young man's eyes with his gaze, and he cannot refuse to spill everything, which he already did to Kate Peretti, so there isn't a whole lot new.
Mainly to Sylvester, but yes.
Yes, mainly to Sylvester, because etc., etc. And he will then certainly try to overwrite his memories with something else for the day and the eve. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of working here.
And before he does that, I'm going to ask him, I haven't fed in a bit. Do you mind if I take a quick bite?
Yes, do so before I deal with the memory situation.
All right then.
Okay, Tony, you are very hungry, and you are biting down on the neck of this young man.
Kill him.
Neely wants he wants to use this guy to track down the rest of the gang that he's working for. But yeah, go ahead. You need to succeed here. Oh my goodness, with 3 successes on your resisting frenzy.
I'm
Ah,
just
you
that.
got it.
Holy shit.
What?
It would have been funny.
It would have been, but in this case, the beast is a very scared little poodle sitting in a corner of Tony's mind and not daring to come out at all. It is just absolutely not rearing its head. So, how much did you
By
want to
the way,
feed?
That's the funny thing, because I was going to take 2. However, since Charlie has taken 1 from this guy, and it's been 24 hours, how long does it take for a human to make 1 blood point worth of blood?
Good question. I'd have to check it. Which I guess we will have to do a bit later on. You're going to sate at least 1 hunger, that's for sure. We will wrap things up here with Charlie's remorse roll for murder. Manslaughter, because he didn't intend to kill the guy.
You still killed him!
You still killed him. Let's see what Charlie
the,
might feel.
There's-
You go to the blood drop on your character sheet, and then you just click humanity and roll for that.
Oh.
Oh dear. Charlie feels no remorse at all.
You can push that if you want to, which I think you probably should.
You could, yeah.
Willpower reroll these ones.
Can't you?
We have before.
Oh yeah,
So
we have.
it's-
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You.
It's an automatic thing, so if you succeed on the check, you can, like, re-add your humanity.
Yeah. So if you do a right click and click willpower reroll, that's unless you don't want to, of course. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Ah, look at that.
Succeeded.
So, Charlie maintains a grip on his humanity, barely.
Yeah, you fucked
Were
up.
you on
today.
a Were you on a 6 on a 5 before? I don't remember.
That's to heal the aggravated at the
Ah,
end
yeah,
of the...
yes. So, that's gonna hurt. And with
It's
that, my
very
friends, the night in Chicago is not over yet. It has only just begun. It's still evening, if you will. Let's see if I can work out how to do the whole raiding thing.
Yeah, it's time to watch a pathetic old man fiddle with machine.
Yeah, I've never done this before. Here we go. That's a channel. And let's start it, shall we? Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you all next week. And now we go to the Lollygaggers, who are playing Call of Cthulhu.
That's smart. I wish chat could see your fucking face right now.
I have no idea how.
You- I don't know, Mikhail, sometimes you get this ghoulish goblin expression where you just, like, condense all of your little